Hi everyone and welcome to a Theme Park Worldwide News Update. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Now of course we're in the final few days of 2021, which means it's the perfect time to start talking about the 2022 plans for various different theme parks out there. Starting off today by talking about the plans for Alton Towers in 2022. I'm going to start off by talking about the confirmed new attractions that are coming for next year and then share my thoughts on other things that I think may happen at Alton Towers throughout 2022. So yes, let's get started then by talking about some new additions to CBeebies Land. Now this is the signature area for families at Alton Towers. It opened back in 2014. It's had various different expansions over the years with new rides, shows and attractions. They even opened the CBeebies Land Hotel at Alton Towers. So it's a very popular brand to have at the resort, and it's great to see it having constant investment. I do feel like that's really important for Alton Towers to keep on top of this area, and that's the thing with areas based around IPs or rides even about IPs. You've got to keep things fresh and keep things looking good, and you've got to think, you know, CBeebies Land is not a new area anymore, so yeah, it's about time some more investment came in to freshen the area up. Of course, with CBeebies being an overall brand, of course the BBC, you know, there's lots of different TV programs and characters that are all part of that brand, so some things just aren't as relevant anymore, and as we're going to find out now, they're actually changing out some of the old brands and bringing some new things into CBeebies Land for 2022. So yes, there's going to be 3 new attractions in the area for next year, all opening in spring 2022. The first one of those is going to be Hey Duggee Big Adventure Badge. Now this looks like it's going to be a replacement to Tree Food Tom, which is the big play area. So yes, as we've seen in the vlog that we filmed for last week at Alton Towers, big construction fence up around there. They're doing a lot of clearance, a new building's going up. So yeah, that looks like it's going to be for Hey Duggee Big Adventure Badge. So guests are going to be able to climb, slide and bounce their way through the Hey Duggee Big Adventure Badge, the new play and Adventureland, where they'll meet Hey Duggee each and every day and also collect their very own Big Adventure Badge. So yeah, it's going to be like an interactive kind of attraction with a Hey Duggee meet and greet there as well, it sounds like, which is really cool. So yeah, that's going to be a replacement to Tree Food Tom. There's also going to be a new Hey Duggee show coming to the area. That's going to be known as the Map Badge. So I'm expecting that to maybe be as part of Big Fun Showtime, which is the arena that they've got there. They tend to update the shows in there too, especially as attractions come and go throughout the area. So that's where I'm expecting that to be. Along with that, Andy's Adventures Dinosaur Dig is the second new addition coming to CBeebies Land, and that looks like it's going to be a replacement to Mr. Bloom's Allotment, which was an indoor interactive attraction basically inside a little shed. It does sound like that's what this is going to be, because if I read this from the press release for you, so dinosaur fans can immerse themselves in prehistoric sights and sounds as they dig and discover in the brand new live interactive show attraction. So yeah, it does sound like it's going to be that. That isn't fully confirmed that it's going to be a replacement to Mr. Bloom's, however that has now gone from the website, so it does sound like this is going to be the replacement for that. And the third new attraction coming to CBeebies Land next year will be Jojo and Gran Gran at Home. Now this sounds like it's going to be a replacement to Charlie and Lola. Of course that's been closed for quite a while now, so yeah, this looks like you're going to be heading into the house just there. Youngsters can let their curiosity run wild in Jojo and Gran Gran at Home, exploring Gran Gran's house from the hit TV animation show. So yeah, it sounds like that's going to be a re-theme to the former Charlie and Lola attraction. And yeah, that's the thing with brands and these IPs. Things change, things get updated, so it's good to see them kind of refreshing CBeebies Land. I'm really hoping we see some of the other rides in the area just have a bit of painting up and a bit of cleaning. I went on In the Night Garden Magical Boat Ride a few weeks ago and it was looking in a bit of a poor state with quite a lot of the animation not working, so I'd like to see them do that. Along with that, just a refresh generally of the area would be really nice to see. Some more paint ups, maybe updating some of the soundtracks to make it more relevant, and yeah, I think we're going to see kind of an overall refresh of CBeebies for 2022, which is really exciting. Like I say, it might not be a big new thrill edition, however, it's for the families at Alton Towers. It is a family resort. this area is a key staple of Alton Towers now, and I think it's really important that they do keep refreshing in there. Saying that, it's also important that they refresh in the rest of the park, and we've not actually heard anything else about any new additions for next year. Now, of course, Alton Towers last year brought in 4 temporary funfair rides. That was mostly done to help with park capacity. They were really concerned, I know, about the capacity of the park, and you know, with the restrictions that were in place with COVID, you know, spreading people out, getting more rides per head, getting more people on the attractions. And it's worth saying that these 4 temporary funfair rides did an amazing job. One of them still operating now as part of the Christmas events. Of course, that's Flavio's Fabulous Fandango in the world of David Walliams. Is that going to stay for next year? I mean, that's got a permanent queue line and everything. It's well themed, it's got its own custom soundtrack. There's been a lot of speculation that Alton Towers may buy one of those or have bought that one, but again, that's just speculation. I'm expecting to see a sizzler in that place next year, whether it's that one or another one that they may have purchased. I do think we'll see something there. I don't think we're going to see a removal, especially with the world of David Walliams being a new area, even though it was a retheme for this year. You know, I just think we're going to see that stay. So yeah, it was very successful last season with these funfair rides. Of course, the 3 others around the park, one in Dark Forest with Roller Disco. Of course, we had Funk and Fly in Forbidden Valley, and also Mixtape down in Exeter. All of them did really well. However, I think everybody feels the same about this, and they want to see some permanent flat ride replacements, and we've not really heard anything about that. So of course, you know, as we get close to the season, more information will be revealed from Alton Towers about what's going to happen. Could we be seeing the Retro Squad Part 2? I'm starting to think that could be likely. They had a very busy season in 2021, so I think they're not going to want to take away 4 rides, or, you know, even if they keep the sizzler, take away 3 rides and not have them available. So could we maybe see some 3 other rides? Could we see them same rides come back, or could we see nothing? But I do think we're going to have some sort of replacement. I'm expecting the Retro Squad Part 2 to come into Alton Towers. You've got to think, if we look back at that original video, what they did, you can see lots of other rides. You can see it just there when they announced the Retro Squad. Lots of other rides there in the animation video that they did. So maybe we could see those, or it could be the same lineup as last year. So at the moment, there's no confirmation. However, it's not looking likely that we're going to be seeing some permanent replacements for next year, because we've heard nothing on that. So, you know, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Again, they may pull something out of the bag and surprise us, but at the moment, that is all we know. It's a bit of a mystery in regards to that. But what we do know is, of course, that when they put them funfair rides in, they made some nice queue lines for all of them. They even like re-tarmacked certain areas and repaved it. So they've got these spaces ready to just slot these rides in. If they're just bringing in some funfair rides again, or even buying some permanent rides, there's not going to be as much groundwork to be done, because they already kind of did that last season to bring in the Retro Squad ride. So yeah, as far as we know at the moment, nothing's happening. But yeah, I do think we're going to see something. I'm expecting them to announce something in the early new year, leading up to the main season in March, of course, about some new temporary flat rides again for next year. But we'll see what happens with that one. Again, it's all speculation, but let us know your thoughts down below, and also what permanent flat rides would you bring in if you had the choice as well. So there we go, that's what we know in terms of new attractions. A bit of rumours, and of course we know the confirmation there on the new attractions for CBeebies Land. I do think we're going to be seeing the return of a lot of events and longer opening hours next year. It's been a big success this year. Maybe some changes to some of the events. Mardi Gras, I'd like to see them develop a bit more and do some changes too. I think Oktoberfest will come back in its big form, Scarefest, of course fireworks. You know, I think we're going to be in for another action-packed year of events at Alton Towers, which is great because it keeps it really fresh, keeps people coming back, and of course Christmas, you know, that's been a big success really this year. I'm hoping that they can develop that more and change things a little bit for next year, because yes, it's been a success, they've tried a lot. However, I still think it could be a lot busier at Christmas if they just changed things up a bit and made it even more inviting for guests. So there we go, that's all then for now. Alton Towers 2022, 3 new attractions for CBeebies Land. I think we're going to be seeing some more temporary rides again for next year, but again, that is yet to be confirmed, and as soon as we get some confirmation, I'll be back with another video to share with you all. But there we go, thanks for watching Theme Park Worldwide, enjoy the rest of your festive season, and yes, that leaves me with one final thing to say: get out there and keep on riding. See you all in the next video.